Hello, everybody, and welcome back to WhimsyCraft Season 2. This is episode 3, and I am Gilded Duck. So, today, I've got some plans. So, first things first, take a walk with me. Come with me, come with me. So, we can see that in here, all our storage is a bit jumbled together. And I'm not happy with it, you know? I need somewhere where I can store my things and it looks perfectly fine and it's all sorted out nicely. So, I had a little plan. I spent a bit of time gathering some materials and digging out a little area over here, and I am going to make a storage area sort of thing, I guess. Kind of confusing. It's not going to be automatic because I'm not that good at redstone, but it should be nice and sorted and I can just like keep it nice and clean. So, I'm going to make that storage thing, and I will come back to you after that. And I want to talk to some people this episode because last episode we only spoke to one person, really, the whole time. Yeah, only one person, Scan. So, this time we're going to be speaking to more people, hopefully, if I can catch some people. Anyways, uh, I'm going to do the building of that storage unit, and you will be able to catch up with me afterwards. So I'm going to go into a time lapse in a couple seconds from now. So I'll see you after. Welcome back from the time lapse. We are back in our base and we have finished the build. So there is so much that like little details around here that I love. I added these trees in, like our trees in with this whole thing. And for a storage unit, it looks great. Maybe my favorite build this season, last season, either season. I absolutely adore this build. So if we just drop in, you will see that we have all our chests. We've got minerals, we've got natural, and we've got other stuff. So we've got all this nice little stuff, all this nice little chests, everything that we're happy with. We've got functional stuff. It's great. Um, but you might be pondering, how did we get out? And, this was a bit of an oversight when I made it. I did not have any. Wait, what's that button over there? Yep, we've got a way out. So, the best thing about this way out is I designed the redstone. Like, I didn't go onto YouTube, get a tutorial. I was just like, okay, how can I make this work? And I made it work. So we now have a little way out of our base. And oh my goodness, I am so proud of myself for this. Now, to you, this might not seem like much, but to me, this is crazy. So that's our way out of our storage unit. So that's the whole storage unit. Here's with shaders, here's without shaders. It still looks great in my opinion. But yeah, that is our storage unit. And you might be like, oh, you've got all these functional things. What else could you even do? Now, there's a project I want to start. I don't know if I'd be able to finish it in this episode, maybe next episode, but a dungeon game could be cool, like swamp vibe dungeon game. And, like give it decked out vibes, but smaller and like swamp based type thing. And I think that would be really cool to add to the server, and it could like show the rest of the Whimsies my building, like my building progress. I think it would be great to do, and you know, I think I'm gonna go collect some materials for it and plan it out, and I'm gonna come to you afterwards and we'll talk about it. So I'll see you then. Okay, I'm ready. I've planned, and I've come up with an idea for the whole size. It's gonna be about 3 times the size of the back rooms that we made. I'm preparing myself mentally for doing this again. Last time I spent so long on that back rooms mining out, like 8 hours more just on that. And oh my goodness. I'm just preparing myself. I'm just okay. Oh, okay. I got this. I got this. I got this. I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna meet you at the place we're gonna build the thing. Um and we can time lapse. We can time lapse. I'm gonna do this with my trusty beacon and pickaxe. Hopefully, maybe I can encourage someone to help me. Hopefully, but yeah, I'll meet you at the. Actually, just make it at the time lapse. Just go to the time lapse already. 3 weeks later. You know, like the meme. Yeah, yeah. Just roll the next clip. I think that's a good idea. Hello, everybody, and oh my god, for you that I might not even do a time lapse because you know what? It took 2 whole weeks just to dig this out. All right, just for the digging out. I dug all of this out. It's around 375,000 blocks. That over there, that is about 2 sections that I dug over there. And if we go into our statistics real quickly, let's see if I can find it off the rip. We're getting there. Right here. 219,512 deep slate mined by just me. Now, I used a lot of TNT, and I used a lot of the help from the other Whimsies. But this, all of this, most of it, me, digging. So many hours just spent digging, and it was maybe one of the most painful things. But now, we're ready to start planning. So I've been planning a little bit, and I had an idea for the first level. So if you're a WhimsyCraft member, no more looking from here. I need you to move on, okay? But now I'll just go into a little bit. So basically, mine shaft. You know what they are? You should if you play Minecraft. Basically, think swampy mangrove mine shaft with traps in it, and also like some of the pathways close. I designed a lot of redstone. It's painful, okay? I want to start building it because I spent so long working on this. I originally thought I would just mine it out and leave it at this for this episode, but then I was like, I spent so long mining this out. I need to use it. Like, so long. So, basically, I'm going to start getting to work with creating pathways. I am not going to time lapse this purely because I don't want any Whimsies accidentally seeing it. So, I'm going to come back to you after I built the top section. Alrighty? And then once I've built the top section, we can speak again. So I'll see you then. I am very excited to show you guys this. So basically, we have nearly finished the first layer. And I say nearly because it is nearly. Take a little look around here. This is going to be the first layer. So floors, mud, and the walls are this gradient that I came up with. And it didn't take me too long to come up with it, but I think it's a nice looking gradient that fits with the roof and the floor and keeps on with the muddy, swampy vibe, dungeon type thing. And this is going to be the first layer. Now, the first layer is going to be completely safe. No traps, nothing dangerous, no mobs. It's just going to be, a time waster type thing. Because I'm thinking of making it timed. Maybe like a 5 minute, 10 minute. Probably going to be longer than that. Because this is just the first layer. And holy, is it going to be a doozy to go through and finish up. But yeah, this is the maze. And you might be thinking, oh, Gilded Duck, why have you just made a boring old maze for your build? And I would agree with you. I would agree with you. Well, that's why I was agreeing with you until I built the. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh my goodness gracious me, there's mobs. Okay, but I would agree with you until I added these things. So basically, I don't know if that's okay. Basically, these things are randomizers. Literally the first thing you can search up on YouTube if you search up randomizers. But I wanted to learn how they worked, so I went through and learned a little bit of redstone to figure out how they worked. And yeah. So basically, this comparator can like sense or something if there's a stackable or a non-stackable item in this hopper, and then it activates the redstone, and then dependent on which one was ejected, one of these two activate and push it, which activates one of these things. And originally, I was just up to here, and I was like, I need to make it so that it stays permanently in one state. but doesn't switch back to the other after a certain amount of time. So I realized if I did this, where one side would push it this way and one side would push it this way, it would either be on or off, which I could make to either turn some of the things above on or off. Now, because there's 5 of these, I believe there's about 32 different routes, not accounting for extra little, like, some of them are wired to 3 instead of 2. So there's about around 32 different routes through this maze, depending on which ones are open or which ones are closed. You can see here this one's open. I think it also links to this side too. Yep, this one would be, if this one's open, this one's closed. If this one's open, this one's closed. And yeah, there's many different routes to take through it. And I am genuinely so excited to see this thing come to its full potential. I've worked for many weeks now on it, maybe like 6 weeks. I couldn't give you an exact time frame, but I have certainly been working on this thing for a while. And we're barely even through my episode. The reason I'm just showing you this now and not when the walls are fully up is because I need to work on my episode. I've got things to do. I've got more of my base to build. I've got something to do with scan. So I'm just showing you this now, and we're going to come back to this at a later date. But right now, I've got something to do. So remember last time? I don't know if you watched it. It did have some glitches, so I'd understand if you wouldn't. But Scan, he had a request. He made me build an apartment in his base, which, you know, was all happy and good. But now he has asked me to build another thing in his base. And this time he has asked me to build a boat in his base. A sort of floating boat, I believe. And, you know, I've never built a boat before, if I'm fully honest. I mean, I have once or twice, but nothing at the thing that he wants. So I was looking up on YouTube. I was like, how do I build a boat? And I saw this nice little YouTube short that gave me everything I need to do. I should link it in the comments. Or not in the comments, in the description. If I forget to, just call me out. I'll be like, yep, my fault. I forgot. I have been working so hard on this sort of thing. So, let's head over to Scan's base, which I'm doing right now. So, this is Scan's base here. I'm not going to try and spoil much, but I might accidentally spoil a little bit by showing where he wants me to put the boat. So, hopefully Scan releases an episode soon. So, through here, if we come down, so this is where Scan's built his boat, okay? Now, I'm not as good as a builder as Scan. I'm gonna be honest with that. He just wants me to build a boat here. I cannot build something of this scale. I built a smaller little boat that is gonna go right here. It's a nice little humble boat that shouldn't take too long to build, and you know what? I'm happy with the build. You know, I edited it a little bit to be a bit more mangrovey, a little bit more of my style, but I will link the people who designed it originally, and I did make my own tweaks, but you know, I would argue that they generally built the boat. So we are going to put them in the description, and I'm going to start getting to work on it. And I will time-lapse it because... Oh, yeah, by the way. Sorry for not time-lapsing before on other things. Genuinely so much footage. My PC couldn't handle it. It was, like, too much footage to time-lapse down. And my PC just kept not doing it. So I decided to give it up for a second. And we can come back to that sort of thing later. So, we could time-lapse this little boat. And, yeah, I'm excited. So, I hope you enjoy. I really hope you enjoy this. And yeah, we're gonna start building.
Captain, I've heard some rumors of some pirates running around this area. You need to watch out. They'll come take our loot.
Air pirates in this area? I've never heard of something so stupid. I didn't catch no one like around here in a while. Oh, what's that up in the distance? Nay, can it be? There's air pirates in these local skies. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Aye, laddies, you gotta man the ship. I've seen enemy approaching from port side. Aye, everyone, get to your weapons. Some of you lads take the cannons below deck.
Captain,
They're launching TNT. No worries, lads. We'll take him down. We got our bows. Let's get it. Let's start shooting. I hit one. We did it. Lads, we may be outnumbered in this battle here. Watch out! Didn't get hit. None of us want to go down here. Aye. Alright. Keep going. Just keep dodging them. Lads, we need to retreat. We're gonna die if we don't retreat. I ken there's an airborne harbour down near Whimsy. Everybody, get to your stations. I'll man the wheel and we'll get there safe. Come on, we got this, lads. Let's go. So, welcome to the ship. This, don't look at scans one, just, so this is the little ship that I made, sort of. I improved, I believe, the tutorial that I followed, and I added some of my own stuff a little bit around here and there, made it my color scheme, added a tree, but overall, I really do enjoy this little boat. I think it fits. I think it works. Now, it might not be this, but I'm really happy with how it turned out with everything that's around here. If you just come take a look, I spent ages trying to fix the bottom because the bottom in the other thing didn't look too good. So I kind of went with this sort of thing. I think it looks good. I'm actually very happy with this boat. As like this is my first boat I've ever built, like actually built properly. So I'm really happy with it. And you know what? I think it's a good thing. I think Scan will be happy with it. That we've got that down. So now that we've got all this done, let me go to my base. Okay, I've decided what I want to do. And this is the third time I'm recording this because I forgot to unmute my mic the first time. Thought I unmuted it. Did it again and then realized it was still muted. And I've just checked and it is unmuted. So I should be fine. So basically, I have been living in this home over here for my whole time on the server. It's nice. It looks good. But it's small. Like, look at it. I've got no room for anything. Well, I've got room, but like I haven't got room, if you know what I mean. I haven't got rooms. I've got this room and I've got the upstairs bedroom. However, I've designed a little something. I've designed a new base, a bigger, improved. And I want to go stick it over here. So where I said before where I thought it felt a bit empty, I feel like I could just stick the base in here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to collect the materials. I'm going to build. And I know this episode has been building mainly. I was trying to get some social interactions in it. And there is some, like, little things at the end I'm going to put in. But overall, I haven't been able to speak to many people, you know? They've all been kind of busy with their own projects. And, you know, with the size of all of our projects, I understand. So, I'm going to get to work. And you get to see the time lapse. If I don't forget to unpause my thing this time or start it, please hope. I pray. Anyway, I'll see you afterwards.
Whimsy, can you not?
I open my mouth for the gun.
Hello, and welcome back from the time lapse. So this is the base. This thing here. This is my base. This is my home now. And I'll just give you a little tour around. So here's the starting hallway. We got our little potted plant. We got some lighting. And we got this Vincent van Gogh original. Yep. We got this high quality cashmere rug. and we've got some ancient pottery, some more lighting, and we've got this mechanism which I added in. Let me just make sure you can see me. Mechanism that I added in, that if I just go like that, we go from poor to rich in 2 seconds. But yeah, let's make sure that we don't get our stuff stolen and keep it leather. If you come around here, we've got a dragon head from my times in the end, collecting elytras. And we've got some coat hangers so that, when I come home at times, I don't want to just be wearing my elytra to bed. I'm going to stick my elytra up on my coat hanger, go into my bed, and have a nice little sleep, if you know what I mean. So, that is what I've done with this. Another thing I want to update you on is, I don't know last season if I posted it, but there was a sheep, okay? I named this sheep, I gave it a name tag. It was a yellow dyed sheep, and it had traveled from one side to another side of a huge ocean and traveled back and kept like circling to different locations on the map. I have no idea if somebody was moving it or if it just walked, but like I think I was the only one to ever like admit to seeing it. So there was this one sheep, right? And I don't know it was a yellow sheep. There, that one is. Okay, I see it. This guy. Okay, so last season, the yellow sheep was the person wandering everywhere. This green sheep has appeared in multiple places now. They were at that village over there. They've been in my base around this area, and they were over in that direction. This guy, I don't know what he's doing. He's just everywhere. So, I think this is just the reincarnation of the sheep from last season. It's like the Avatar. It's like as soon as one is over, the next one appears. And it just like represents the color of each of my seasons. So last season's color was yellow because I was bees. This season it's green because I'm like swamp. It's crazy. So we now have a new sheep taking line, apparently. So I salute you on your journeys, and I hope you have some fun in this world. It's gonna be a crazy one this season. Now, come with me, fly with me. So, as well as something that the time lapse and all that, you may have seen that little YMG clip. Now, that was from when the new members of the server joined. And I was recording, I will make sure I was recording, but then my space in my computer ran out. So, fun. That's the only bit I got. I got that little clip of YMG saying that, and that's it. But we've got 2 new members, Fusion and Sandy. And I'm really excited to see what they do in their WhimsyCraft experience. And, I'm going to be rooting for them every step of the way. And I hope you guys too. So if you could check out their channels, I will hopefully have them linked below. But sometimes links can be a bit annoying and all that. I'll just maybe need to get my account verified because I really hate giving my ID to the government and that. But I have to because I'm like Scottish. So I'll do it. But this will probably be the conclusion to the episode. I'll show you maybe one more. No, do I want to show you it? No, I'll leave it for next episode. You'll see it next episode. Oh, I'm lagging a little bit because of my shaders. There we go. So I'll show you it next episode, and I promise. Well, I don't promise because I can't guarantee anything. Because I was on holiday, that's why this episode's taking a little bit longer to come out. But I will say that I will try and give you updates on the big project. I might not be able to do full-length episodes because I do have other things to be working on, of course. But I will at least do little updates, like maybe 5 minutes, like, oh, here's what I've been doing with the project. Here's how far I'm getting. Or I might just like try and finish the project and then show you, because it's really big and it's like consuming all my time on the server. So I'd rather just get it done so we can move on to other things. So I'm just gonna work on that project from now on, probably, and just like keep showing you new things that are happening, new additions. I will just say I will need to collect about 6 wardens, which I'm not excited to do. I will record that 100%, and you guys will get to see me having fun collecting the wardens. So this is episode 3. It might be the last Whimsy episode for a little bit, like while I'm making that huge project. But once I'm done that huge project, it'll get more fun, promise. So that's where I'm gonna leave this episode. I do have, like, there's some things we've got planned within the Whimsy server and other things, for more content. But I hope you enjoyed, and I really guys hope no, I really guys no hope guys no, I really hope you guys have a nice day. All right, see you guys later.